Hello, everybody. Hey, we're back in the car because we just have to do car reviews sometimes. Yeah, just we had a lot of stuff we were having to do today. Well, my friend's birthdays won't celebrate it today, so we really didn't get a chance to go see Us, which is fine because I've heard not a whole lot of really great things about it.
I say
And
that, and we didn't want to.
I really don't want to see it. So instead, I went and saw the new Netflix film, or went and watched the new Netflix movie, Triple Frontier. It stars Ben Affleck, Charlie Hunnam,
Oscar Isaac.
Garrett Hedlund. Those who don't remember who he is, Flynn from Tron Legacy. Really, it's got just a whole slew of people, and also the gentleman who played Whiskey in the newest Kingsman movie. Though for a while, I couldn't place him. Like, that guy looks really familiar. I can't tell who the hell he is. So just to let y'all know on our own opinions real quickly about Netflix films in particular. We try to go into them with an open mind, and we realize, like, all right, we need to still judge it somewhat critically, though not much of a critic. Because Netflix movies have been progressively getting better and better. I mean, they have a budget, actually. It's not like early Hulu movies where it was like, oh, we spent $13 and here's what you get. Or like what Amazon does, because Amazon's cheap fucking pricks. That they spend we spent 13 cents on this. That's enough to get name actors, right? Instead you get Casey Affleck, who wants to go rape everybody. Allegedly. So, since I've been hogging it a lot lately, I'm going to let Megan start us off with her feelings on Triple Frontier. So, what did you think of this film?
It was dumb.
Yeah.
As someone on Reddit pointed out, all their problems can be traced back to Ben Affleck's greed.
Yeah, and damn, is that never really addressed throughout this film? Quick explanation of what this movie is, because if you've watched the trailers and you're not really, like me, just don't pay a lot of attention to it and you don't care, you're like, why does any of these characters matter? All in all, Oscar Isaacs is a guy who happens to be working with the Brazilian government, I believe. It's kind of vague on it. I think it's supposed to be Brazil. But he's working with the Brazilian government, and he is hunting down this... I went blank on what the hell they're called. This movie drained my brain. Drug kingpins, that's what I think of it.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting together with some of his old buddies because he used to be part of the military. That's never very much touched on, a little bit here and there, though certain things are not really explained.
Because the drug lord has a lot of money, and he keeps the money stashed in the house.
Because he doesn't trust banks and all this.
Yeah, his house where he's hiding himself away in the jungle. And upon learning that, decides, you know what, let's
go steal it. Like I was even kind of telling Megan, eventually this movie kind of boils down to Three Kings. The George Clooney flick that came out, nearly 20 years ago. Who feels old? Not that Three Kings was a fantastic movie. I personally was kind of bored of Three Kings because eventually just in squabbling in between the different guys. This movie doesn't have that as much, though. Like the first hour of it, it's to lead up to the heist, for lack of a better term, where they try to go steal all this money, and well, they're like, oh, we have this time frame in which we can do all this. We need, and then Ben Affleck's like, no, we need to steal more money because I don't have enough from this other thing, and I'm like, there's a lot of stupid happening right now, and it's really bothering me.
And all this stuff is planned out. Like, they have helicopter waiting to pick them up, and later a boat waiting on them to get to the ocean once they cross the Andes Mountains to, take them.
Yeah, and that also, now I think about it, actually raises a whole lot of fucking questions. We're gonna get into it here in a second.
But all this stuff It's planned. All this stuff is put in place, and Ben Affleck himself, I think, is the one who does most of the calculations of, okay, it's going to take us so many minutes to do this, and so many minutes to do this. It's like...
This is how much weight we can do, and blah, 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 blah. And when they break into the house, they finally realize, like, it has a lot more money than they were thinking.
Yeah, they don't find it at first. It's like, well, where's the money? And they eventually find it hidden in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all over the damn house. It's like...
Yeah, like, every room is just money.
Yeah, they try and take as much as they can, and then, since they can't really take the rest, they just burn the house.
Yeah, and eventually they come across the drug kingpin is in this hidden room. He ends up shooting Charlie Hunnam, which thought, oh, it's going to kill him. No, it just hurts him a little. And just to show you how much this movie seems to, like, bring up plot points and drop them just quickly, him getting shot does not play into the rest of this film. Like, it doesn't have any effect on the rest of this, which is weird. I'm like, why even have him be shot? Because...
Well, why introduce Ben Affleck's daughter at the beginning?
So we know Ben Affleck had a wife at one point. They put his wiener in. Or at least a really good close neighbor that helped out.
Well, he mentions at one point that he's supporting 2 households.
And it's just see one daughter. It's like...
Well, I think it just means that he's, divorced and having to pay her alimony, but he's, like, really struggling to do that, so he really needs that money to...
Well, it's one of those that the movie tries to bring up and make a plot point to make a character a little bit greedy, but at the same time, it's like,
I would say
if you're having trouble paying alimony, dude, you can just go to the court and get changed. It happens all the time. Courts have to change and make changes to shit like that all the fucking time.
Well, you're doing this because you're struggling to pay a few bills and whatnot. That doesn't necessarily equal greed.
Yeah, he just suddenly becomes like, oh, we need this. We get as much money as possible.
Yeah, he's initially reluctant
to even go on the fucking mission.
Yeah, dude, I was like, no, I'm done with that stuff. Like, I'm retired.
Yeah, which that also brings up an issue because they really make it seem like they've done this before, but like Charlie Hunnam even gives at the beginning of this movie this whole speech about, they'll tell you to try and do this, but don't go into the private sector, blah, 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 blah. It's like, so... Wait, was that just a bunch of bullshit that you gave that speech? And you're just lying to all these army dudes who have no purpose except for to be army dudes? Ugh. But yeah, they eventually learn that they have way too much money, and then they briefly mention, like, that's got to be more than just this one guy's money. It's got to be other people's money. It's like, they're going to be looking for it. That's just again, it's brought up, never addressed after that. Literally, you can make this movie. It's brought up and never addressed again. So they eventually get all this money away, and at first, like, Garrett Hedlund's throwing this fucking hissy fit. We never did things that messy. It's like, one guy got slightly injured, and the rest, and you wiped out an entire group of guys. Because literally, the heist is maybe like 5 minutes long, and I will say that's like the most thrilling part of the movie. It's like, all right, that's kind of cool. Because at least it's backed up enough and it's not too dark that you're able to see what's kind of happening. And you see them kind of being a bit of badasses. And it's like, all right, well, that's kind of cool. It's just too bad that I don't give a shit about what happened before this. And worse, I don't care about the last hour and a half after that. I'm sorry, hour and 15 minutes. Let me get specific.
Yeah, I was like, who cares about it being messy? It's like, none of y'all's people got killed. Well, yet.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all got away with all this money. The hell you bitching about?
Yeah, and then they get this helicopter and
they realize that it's too much money, like weight.
It's too heavy to be able to go over the Andes Mountains. Though somehow they're able to go to Peru and drop off this one lady that Oscar Isaac's character is banging.
They both at some point and says, oh no, we're not sleeping together. But I don't know, it's kind of...
It's vague to the point where you're like, why does this character even need to be here? And that is the worst thing. It's like, she doesn't do anything but this an end.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac's relationship with her is kind of vague. And it's like, obviously he does care about her. And also, she is an informant of his. She kind of tells him where the drug lords.
Where he even is.
Yeah, and tells them like about all this money. Like, oh, I drop off this van full of money each week, and
And at that point, they're out of Brazil. And yeah, Peru has some also little things, but it's not nowhere near as bad as Brazil. And it's like, go out Peru. Why are you having to go back through Brazil to use this helicopter? It's like another one is like, why are we doing this? Can we just go through Peru? Why? Why is this happening right now? But yeah, they can't make it through for reasons. And then they try to go over the Andes Mountains, though I swear that most of those are in Peru. So it's like, why are we having problems here? And they still keep talking. And also, this is going to be a nitpick, and I'm going to fully admit it, though it is almost not as big of a nitpick. Everybody's speaking Spanish. In Peru, cool, it's fine. Brazil, no. Major language is Portuguese. Guess who settled it? Portuguese. We literally could not fucking look up that Brazil was settled by the Portuguese, and their main language is fucking Portuguese. Everybody in this fucking movie is speaking Spanish. What in the absolute fuck? Come on, guys. I know it's not a big problem, but it's one of those that kept nagging at me. I'm like, and I think I looked over at Megan at the bell. I'm like, why are they speaking Spanish? Megan's like, well, they're in South. I'm like, they're in Brazil. Brazil, they speak Portuguese. I'm pretty sure some do speak Spanish.
I'm an ignorant American. I don't fucking care.
Well, obviously, so is the writer of this film is an ignorant fucking American. Because, god damn it, it's...
Apparently, he just thinks South America. Spanish.
They all speak Spanish there. Well, fuck you, Brazil, I guess. You third largest country in the entire world, and not in terms of population, I think in terms of size, actually, though. Still, it's like one of those like, oh, fuck you, Brazil. You speak Spanish now, thanks to this writer. Oh, that's a minor, like I said, it's a more minor nitpick, but it's starting to bug me for a while. But yeah, they couldn't make it over the Andes Mountains. Like I said, I swear most of it was through Peru. I was starting to go, why are y'all even trying to go over the mountains? Why don't you go another way? I mean, there's so many ways y'all could have went without having to go over a fucking mountain.
Especially knowing how heavy that load is that they were carrying.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't y'all try to go, like, somewhere near the Amazon River or anything? It just... What the absolute fuck is wrong with y'all? Why are y'all this stupid?
So, yeah, they try and lift up over the mountains to get to the ocean, which is, like, just so close. But they had to...
It breaks the helicopter in the most comical way you could think of. It looks hilarious.
Well, they couldn't get enough lift at first, and they had to lighten the load a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I was like, okay, well, now we can get enough lift to get out. And like, no. And it just crash. And land in this village of farmers and...
Cocaine farmers.
Yeah. And... Still farmers. And have to kill some people because they're getting a little...
Feisty.
Yeah,
a little feisty with them.
Yeah, and pretty much saying, like, yeah, like, what you got going on here? Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, you DA. Okay. And again, they kill some of the people. They give them money for it, and there's this kid who seems to get upset about it.
Yeah, because I think his dad or something got killed.
Yeah, we have to assume. Might have been a brother, who knows? Lover, who knows? I don't give a shit. And that's the worst part. You just don't care. You're like, it feels like it's wanting to be an anti-war movie at this point. It's like, movie, you have not earned any of this because this has nothing to do with war at this point. This just has to do with pure greed and stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering you would think with all their money and resources, they would have had a cargo plane come pick them up.
I say this, like, can all be traced back to Ben Affleck's lack of planning, lack of just basic
math.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we have this much, and the helicopter can take this much. We're all so damn insistent on taking everything. It's like, okay, why not just find a way around the mountains so you don't have to go over the mountains?
Well, see, if they didn't go over the mountains, this movie would be a hell of a lot shorter and be a lot less full of strong motivation for these characters that you just don't care about. That's the biggest problem is there's a lot of squabbling between them about bullshit. Like, whenever they kill some of the guys, they at first seem to get really indignant and seem to be hinting that Ben Affleck's untrustworthy. Like, it's even kind of hinted at a little bit whenever they drop off the Oscar Isaac's informant in Peru. But it's a plot point's kind of picked up and just dropped the fuck off the face of the earth. It never comes back up ever again. Then there is...
I think it's supposed to be implied that he has PTSD, or maybe he's just really being affected by the greed or something.
I don't know. It's never explained.
Yeah, it's
worth
never...
a damn.
And we don't need our hand to be held necessarily and have everything explained to us, but at least some kind of hint, some kind of...
Or more importantly, an actual resolution. Because just to spoil a little bit more of this movie...
I was saying, instead of resolution, we can get Ben Affleck shot in the head.
Yeah, he just gets killed by the kid's lover, or the kid who he lost his lover, brother, father.
All right.
They're close-knit They're close-knit farm family. I'm pretty sure their entire family line does not fork real well. It's like hey, rednecks are everywhere. It doesn't matter which country you live in. Whether it be Spanish... God, that's so annoying. Oh, who knows? But yeah, Ben Affleck dies, and then they're like, oh.
But yeah, they're having to... Like, just kind of back up a little bit. Mm-hmm. They're having to lug all this money through the mountains, and eventually the kid catches up to them, shoots Ben Affleck in the head, and they're like arguing. It's like, okay, well, we gotta, get him out of here and leave the money behind. It's like, okay, well, we can't just leave the money behind because he died. He died for it, or he died because of it, and we can't just be disrespectful and leave his body here. And
there's a lot of, you just feel like you're going. I get that I think it's implied that there used to be rangers, and that's don't leave a man behind. That's a very ranger, almost army mentality nowadays.
Well, this one description I read, like they're Delta Force or something.
Rangers with more badass attitude. But either way, I'm hearing a helicopter outside.
Maybe they're still looking for somebody.
Yeah, they might be. But... And then they eventually decided, we're just going to throw most of the money in here. And they said that they're carrying just what they have in their backs and shit like that. And they have to go through this one village to get to their boat.
Village
Full is 22 people that they would have to kill, 20 of them being teenagers who are being paid by the now dead cartel. That was the word I was looking for earlier and I couldn't figure it out because I'm dumb. And then it decides, again, it's going the super anti-war movie because all of a sudden Oscar Isaac's like, I'm not killing a bunch of kids. And it's like, they're shooting at you, not endorsing child murder.
Well, I think it's also the fact that they're a bunch of teenagers, but I think it's also the fact that, like, he's so sick of, like, killing people along the way. It's like, let's just, stop freaking killing people if we can possibly help. Instead, he just, like, disables with... There go the lights.
And the focus. But again, this is a plot point. Risen up from nowhere.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's done by the end of the movie. Thrown the fuck out the window because it doesn't matter in the long run.
Thrown out the window with the rest of the damn money because what little they're able to get back to America.
They end up just signing away to Ben Affleck's family, his trust and whatnot. And it's like,
Yeah, they were originally going to split it 5 ways, and it was going to be
like $1 million a piece.
I was say it was going to be distributed via this lawyer, so it looked like a regular paycheck, coming in every so often. And after Ben Affleck's death, they set up this trust for his family.
And they just decide to, we don't want it, because...
And it's like, you know what? Like, I'm going to honor my buddy by just giving him my share. Like, well, I'm going to give him my share. It's like, until all their shares are going to Ben Affleck's family. It's like, after all that...
That's your payoff. I think the part that actually makes it so aggravating with that kind of a resolution is, again, it's a plot point, bro. From nowhere, it's like, these people, yeah, they do have a bond with him as a, fellow soldier and probably his own. But you never see that real close bond that they have with him, with his family as well. That is the thing usual soldiers didn't have, is a bond with each other's families. It's never really as well established in this film. That's a problem in and of itself. But more importantly than all of that is the fact that constantly there's just fucking plot points. Just, oh, here's this plot point. This doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just thrown out the window, though. Why are we bringing it up then? It feels like this movie wanted to fill out a runtime. And not only that, but it felt like it wanted to be this anti-war film set there in Vietnam, I'm pretty sure. Which, set it there in fucking Vietnam, that's fine, whatever. Just, then why did you set it in Brazil, Peru, Colombia? Or I'll just call it South America, because that's about as smart as this writer is. There's just entire chunks of the story that just don't flow together. Like, the heist part of it just does not feel like it fits with this last, I guess it's supposed to be an anti-war message about, don't kill kids. Like, they're shooting at me, no offense, I'm going to shoot first. Or shoot back, not shoot first, I'm going to shoot second. So I hear something constant behind me. Probably a murderer, who knows? She locked the doors.
Now we're safe and secure, except for glass.
And the big powerful glass. It just doesn't fit together worth a shit.
I mean, there's even this big long scene at the beginning introducing Oscar Isaac's character, and sort of introduces Drug Lord and introduces us to the informant, though the relationship between her and Oscar Isaac is not immediately clear
or explained ever.
Yeah, it's like this big long thing where, she escapes custody and he makes a big
thing like he's chasing after her, but he
loses her, and he's like, okay, well, I don't know where I am, I lost her, and everything. And it's like the whole thing just felt really pointless. I mean, eventually it kind of led to, they're after this drug lord, and the informant knows where he is, and she's just trying to help out her brother.
And
who apparently is the only one with a happy ending.
Yeah, her and the brother.
Yeah, someone pointed out on Reddit that, like, ironically, the woman who did not want anything to do really with the money, was just trying to help out her brother and, get her and her brother out of the country and away from the drug lord and everything. Was just trying to help her brother. She's the one that ended up happy. Ended up okay.
Yeah. It's not saying that this kind of movie needs to have a happy ending, but it's one of those,
a satisfying
ending. It feels just okay, well, so the last hour and 40 minutes of this film have been for what? So these guys can give money to a dead guy, in essence?
Who was shot through his own stupidity and his own freaking greed.
And not only that, but seemed to be beforehand kind of losing his shit over nothing. And again, it's something that's just not brought back up because he's fucking killed by the time that it becomes a thing, sort of. It's just, I hate to use a Legara thing, but I almost want to use the Val Kilmer clip from Batman and Robin. It just raises too many questions. There's just so much shit where it's like the pieces just don't fit together. It's like somebody took the square and they're gonna hammer that shit through that circle hole. They don't care. If I can give another thing, I'm gonna say negative about this film. I was about to say something positive. I was about to say the acting's not bad. No, the acting's not really good. Oscar Isaac is either insanely subdued or he seems like he's trying to overact. Ben Affleck seems like he's constantly going through character motivation screwiness because of the fact this character's given random amounts of motivation that never seem to add up worth a damn.
He tries his best, bless his heart.
Yeah, he's not giving shit to do, and constantly they want to shift his fucking character left and right. Kara Headland. Kara Headland is just about as wonderful of a walking piece of wood as you could ask for. Then it's Charlie Hunnam, who's completely
phoning it in.
There is so total lines. It just feels like, well, he's just reading off a fucking cue card. I don't know. Is Charlie Hunnam, is he just British? Or is he like Dutch or something like that? I almost wonder if like English is a second language. But they're trying to pick on the poor guy.
I would look it up.
Yeah, I have IMDb app. You know that, right?
I don't care.
Sorry. Megan doesn't know how to use an IMDb app.
I prefer not to. That's the thing. I was going to look up.
There's nothing good in this movie. That's, I think, the long and short of it, beyond that one little heist scene. It would have been...
Yeah, he's British.
Oh, yeah, he's British.
Born in Newcastle, England.
Hey, 7 years older than me, too.
6 years older than me.
Oh, yeah, you're older than me.
No, I'm saying it's like, I mean, I know he's older than me, but I still, it's like... Yeah, like, all these, like, movie stars and stuff, like, are in there, like, who were born in the 80s. It's like... Yeah, I remember a time when the movie landscape was dominated by actors born in, like, the 60s or 70s or...
Yeah, get used to it. We're about to start getting ones that are born in the 90s.
Oh, God, don't.
But besides our own impending death that we're worrying about, I really think this movie probably went through about 18 different rewrites. I think this might have been a few different scripts kind of squished the fuck together.
Maybe like 2 or 3 different writers all working on it. And
there were at least 2 writers credited in the opening credits, I noticed. Because, like I said, there's certain parts that are not bad. Like I said, the high sequence is good. When there is action, it's good. There is some, at least, I guess, decent character development at the beginning. But then it's thrown out the window for all this plot nonsense. Like, it's not even stuff that has anything to do with it. The informant lady, her whole issues and all that, thrown out the fucking window. It's not important. She's out of the story after an hour. Anything with Ben Affleck.
I would say after the heist, they, get her out of there, and she's never really seen. And
she's spoken of once.
Yeah, the very end. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go, see her, and it's like, whoopee shit.
Please stop doing that. You keep flapping. I'm like, you cause shit. I'm like, I got a bug. I keep thinking Mothra's coming after me. Oh, just... Nerd. The worst thing is, like, this is a movie that has so many different good actors, or at least decent actors, and it just doesn't do anything with it. Like, it just gives you an unsatisfying story with an unsatisfying ending, and the worst part is you've been there and you've done it and you've seen it done better. And I don't even think it was done that much better, just it was at least a better movie. And,
yeah, Ben Affleck's greed just really comes out of nowhere. I mean, he's reluctant to go on the whole thing to begin with. And then once there's like, oh, money, like, grab as much money as possible. And like, there's no explanation given or even hinted at. It's like, okay, maybe he
See, it would have
wants to be
been.
able to provide for his family, especially for his daughters. Maybe be able to send them to a good college or something.
See, it would have been one thing if it would have been Garrett Hudlin and oh, what's his face, the guy who played Whiskey from the Kingsman Golden Circle,
Yeah.
because they both said like, well, Garrett Hedlund, he's stuck pretty much doing MMA and he's just getting his ass beat most of the time. And then there is also the guy who played Whiskey. He got popped for, I guess, supposedly he had cocaine or something like that. And it's like, okay, them being greedy would actually kind of make sense and would totally be a good, character pushing. But it's like you have the one character who is so far shown that he's actually, despite the fact that he probably should be greedy, he's actually reluctant against it. So you're pretty much taking your only really good character and you're kind of
Yeah.
destroying him for not a really good payoff. And it would have been one thing just to show how all damaged they are. Like, let's say Ben Affleck was the one who was quick to pull the trigger. Garrett Hedlund and what's his face were willing to steal and do as much as do as much possible damage just for the shits and giggles. Charlie Hunnam's character is just becoming more and more withdrawn and stuff like that. That would have been an interesting story, and instead, most of the character development is given to Ben Affleck, who's killed.
I was surprised more of them weren't killed.
Yeah, it's another thing. You really think it's like not only that, but it's like Garrett Hedlund, like I said, when he gets shot, he afterwards he's just kind of walking around like, not even seem kind of messing with it. But that's or not Garrett Hedlund, Charlie Hunnam's character when he's shot, it's like he just kind of messes with it and just kind of walks around and then it's done the rest of the time. One time they wade through a motherfucking river, a goddamn South American river, and he's just fine. Doesn't have any dysentery. He's not like got some kind of infection growing in there. Nope, she's cool. That's fine. Just slight little itch here and there.
Yeah, they make a big deal like it's gonna slow him down and therefore slow the rest of them down, but it really doesn't. I mean,
He's still able to run and shoot with them all. So
yeah, do everything else the big boys do.
so
Yeah, I honestly thought that it's like, watch, it's gonna be like Oscar Isaac and maybe Charlie Hunnam as well, making out with like none of the money and just their lives, or maybe like a little bit of the money.
yeah. So
It's like I honestly thought that's how it was gonna end, but
we'll give it that much. We didn't quite do what we're doing or we're thinking. But to be fair, it's because that's a shitty ending. Well,
yeah, it's like all that
for nothing.
I would say for what? For nothing.
So, what would you give this movie as a final score, though? Despite its lackluster final score.
Oh, I will say one thing. As bad as it is, and I will. It's like we also forgot to mention, like, yeah, it's also a little boring.
There's a lot of times where we felt ourselves just going, this movie pick up, I'm
We're
really
just like,
fucking
oh my
bored.
god, like just shoot everybody else in the head. Just
Something happened. Like, their bickering matches they sometimes have is not interesting at all. Because it feels like it's just ad-libbed lines. Because it's shit that's being brought up that doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's like, I don't care. Fuck off, guys.
yeah. It's like, you're all this bastard. They found us because of your fire. Like, when I was like, no, I was a kid from the village. He tracked us.
Somehow y'all weren't paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Plot point brought up. Threw it out the window right afterwards.
Yeah.
Thanks, movie. I think we could call this movie plot points brought up and thrown out the window.
Yeah. The bad movie was not quite nearly as bad as Captive State.
It's an actual movie. I will give this that.
Say if we can give it anything.
I don't feel like there's whole chunks of this movie cut out. I just feel like the movie is poorly put together.
Yeah.
So what would you give it?
I'm feeling generous. A 3.
That is generous.
Well, I think I get Cat to stay at 2.
That was generous.
I think.
Oh yeah, I think you gave it a 1.
Did I?
Oh, I know I gave it a 1. And guess what? Triple Frontier's getting a 1. Yay! 1 to pick your nose with. This movie it's not as terrible as Captive State, but there's no reason to watch it. There's no redeeming factor for it. This is literally just rice paper. It has no taste. It has no nutritional value. It's just worthless. It doesn't have at least even decent acting, and a lot of the acting is so mixed that you can't even believe anything. Like, what the fuck's going on? I don't care. And that's the worst part. Is there's a lot of times where I'm like, I don't give a shit what happens to these characters. You're never given enough motivation to give a shit about anybody. Well,
Which I would like to try and care about Ben Affleck, since he's
really can't.
since he was so awesome in The Accountant. I figured, maybe he'll be the best part of this.
We were so wrong. Sorry, I was trying to remember if this is the end of the month, but thankfully
Next week.
next week we got, or this latest weekend, we got
Whatever
Dumbo coming
weekend
up.
it
We got
is.
Dumbo coming up, so I'm looking forward.
I'm not.
Tim Burton can at least deliver. Maybe Lion King won't make me want to punch Jon Favreau in the face. I don't have all my hopes in Tim Burton, but hey, he's got to go up for Mrs. Peregrine, right? He can't go down. Please don't go down, Tim Burton. Hey, if Dumbo is sad but if it's at least still good and still pulls our heartstrings, that's something. Just as long as it's not one of those bore fests, I'm going, oh my God, is this House in Wonderland revisited? We'll see though, but we'll be back definitely at the end of this week, or probably by next month. We'll have with y'all a Dumbo review, and it won't just be my big ass ears. Well, my ears aren't that big, but hey, we'll see y'all next time. Till then, or 10. Don't bother going to Brazil because I guess everybody speaks Spanish instead of Portuguese. So, bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.